Coppercube on animation mash and how to create a proper walking in Coppercube 6.3. Um, please press likes. Um, please subscribe to the channel and press comments down below. Stay tuned while we get into Coppercube 6.3, doing proper walking from animation mash. So here we go. Um, when it comes to Coppercube 6.3, you need proper animations to do the walking. You could simply, if you have your own motion capture, um, bone animation or BIP of your choice, but you could go to Mixamo, and you can add a character that has a T pose position, and you can add your character of a character that you made out of 3D modeling, and you can put that character into Mixamo. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pick three animations, which is one animation. What I have here is a Iron Man Hulk Buster, and I'm gonna pick a proper walking animation. I'm gonna pick a ideal animation, which is just a regular standing, and running animation. So I'm gonna grab it out here and download it. And once I download it, um, I'm gonna have three modeling animations that's gonna be FBX files that I can put into Blender. Cause Blender, hold on, Blender takes the takes all three animations, and you can you could take all three animations inside Blender, and it will join together to put into Coppercube 6.3 in animation mask. So let me delete this. This is the Blender program. So I went from Mixamo to grab the FBX files of the three animations of the character, and you go to Blender. You hit import, you hit FBX file, and what you do is you find the animations of your character, which I have Iron Man Hulk Ideal, Iron Man Hulk Running, Iron Man Hulk Walking FBX files, which could also open up in Autodesk Motion Builder. But as I import all three of these files, once they import into the um, the Blender, and they're gonna come out all through the timeline, you could just press export, and it'll come out as one big file once you put export FBX, and then you can name it um, whatever you like. So that's just one transition to get all your animations into Coppercube 6.3, is going from Blender into Coppercube to put animation mesh. Okay, so I'm gonna take some shortcuts because doing the setup on the Coppercube, it takes a while. So I'm gonna go through some shortcuts. So here I have a Coppercube open. I'm gonna scratch out the scene, and here you're gonna see my Iron Man right here. So what I did was I created a room, I created a camera, and I have the animation mesh of the character. Okay. Now the Iron Man, it's already a one map texture of a model. So if I made this character's white, you'll see right here that it's white, and I can put the texture back in. because it's one map of a model, it'll be fine. Let me rotate it so you can see the character, and there you go. That's the character right here. As we go into how the character is created, so once you import the character, because how the way you have to do it is you go to File, Import, Animated 3D Mesh. So let me explain it again. Mixamo, you download your 3 FBX animation files of your character, 3 or 4. Um, you take those animations, you open up Blender, and you import it into Blender. All the animations. You hit, if you have a walking, import FBX file, walking. Blender file, import XBX file, ideal. Blender file, import XBX file, running or punching. And then you export it out into one big file, and then you name it. After you're done with that, then you open up the Coppercube 6.3. You go to File, Import, Animated Mesh, Animated 3D Mesh. And then once they come in, you go into your properties and attributes, animation, animation edit, and you're going to see all your animations into one animation mesh editor. This is animated mesh editor, and all the characters of your animation will be in here. But the thing is that you have to key the time frame from each animation. So you have your time frame for a walk is 0.0 to 310 frames per second. Run, it goes to 320 to 520 frames per second. Ideal goes from 530 to 1510 frames per second. And that's just 3 animations. Now, um, when you're putting in your animated mesh characters, take off the looping. Just put it as all. Okay. Next thing you do is um, you size up your character and make sure that it fits your scene. Um, my main issue was the character was too small for the scene in the room, so I resized my character to fit the room and the scene, and then I position it in every camera view, from perspective, top, front, left, so we can see the character and it's laying inside the room. The feet is on the floor, because that's what you want to do. You want to make sure the feet is on the floor so it's positioned properly. Okay. Um, Next thing you do is you create a camera, and the camera that you create will be first person shooter style control. So you go to edit, insert, create a camera, first person shooter camera. You make sure to check that collide against geometries when moved. When starting a scene, this is the first active camera, and this camera will be your first active camera. And if you want to change arrange the views of the camera, you hit add viewpoint from camera scene, so you can see from this camera how the way it would look. And I just put it right here so you can see the character. So this is the camera looking at the back of the character. Okay. and I just sized it and put it into this box right here so you can view the camera. Um, Next thing is you make sure that the camera has first person shooter style control, collide when move. Now, this one is going to be tricky when it's collide when move, because the thing is that the camera has fixings of the size of the geometry. You see this yellow line. It has to be within the inside the size of the character and the camera, so it won't, like, the character won't fall out of the room or fall down on the ground. It keeps the all the geometries in place. So this is a little tricky, because when you hit collide when move in your camera, you make sure, if you're looking at your character from the backside, that the camera falls into the character of the geometry, the yellow shape of the geometry fixtures. Okay. Um, you can put the sizes right here, and the relative positions affected by gravity, so the character can move freely without the camera going everywhere. Because usually that's the problem. The camera goes everywhere if everything's not positioned properly. Next, you have my character right here, Iron Man. When you do Iron Man or any player that you have to make sure you put game behavior, game actor with health. Okay. Um, and also collide when move. And this character has to have all his geometries within the room of the shape of the room, so it won't fall out of place. Now, animating the character, that's one. So the defaults of first person shooter camera of the keyboard settings is WASD on the keyboard. W is for forward, A is for left, S is for right, and D is for back. So when the character is in the camera is always going to move forward for W, A for left, S for right, and D for back. And that's just the camera itself. But for the character to be animated within the camera, you have to do the proper settings. So first setting is when a key is pressed to do something. You go to your button, you hit behaviors triggered by events, and when the key is pressed to do something. Those are the settings that you're gonna have to use in order to make the character move properly. So W is already forward. So what you have to do is key W, key event, key press down. Okay, actions. We're gonna put two actions, which is gonna be set animation scene knob. And what I'm gonna do is change with scene knob, which is gonna be the character itself. When you hit select, and you're gonna hit the character. Okay. Let me do it again. Hit Iron Man, and then you're gonna hit animation name, which is gonna be walk. So when you're pressing W, the camera is gonna move forward, and the character is gonna walk forward. Also, it's I do this, but everybody does it different. I put change rotation of C knob. So I put set rotation type, set absolute rotation. The character is Iron Man, and it's going to be in the rotation 0, 0.0, 0, 0.0, 0, 0.0, just for the W. Okay. Now, when the key is pressed to do something, um, on the W when the key left up. So the second command is key W, key event, key left up. So when I press it down, it's going to walk. When I press it up, it's going to do something else. So what it's going to do is set animation of animated seam knob, change rotation of the seam. So on the set animation, it's going to go to ideal, which is going to go to a regular standing of the character. And the rotation is it's the same as well, or what I put for W already. Okay. Next one is when the key is pressed to do something again for left. So left is going to be A. So when the camera moves left, the character is also going to move left. So key A, key event, key press down, actions, set animation of animated scene knob, change with scene knob, Iron Man, walk, which he's going to walk left, change rotation of the scene knob. So the setting's going to be set rotation type, set absolute rotation, change with C knob, Iron Man, vector, 0.0, negative 90, 0.0, 0.0. So negative 90 is going to make the character move left. So the whole character is going to change in a negative 90 rotation and go left as they're walking. When the key pressed to do something on A, key event A, key event, key lift up, is going to go to set animation, ideal, change rotation, same settings, set rotation, set absolute rotation, Iron Man, negative 90. So when the key lift up, the character is going to be in an ideal standing going left. Next one, when the key is pressed to do something, S, which S is going to be um, down. S is going to be down when you're going down. When the key pressed down, actions. Action is going to be set animation to walk. Change rotations. This is going to be rotation 180. So 180, the character is going to change walking down, but on 180. Now, next one is key S, same setting, but it's going to be key lift up. And it's going to go to set animation of animation scene knob, Iron Man walk, change rotation to ideal. Hold up. I think I did that one wrong. Eh, I noticed something. Alright, so I have a problem I have to fix, which is good. I found it. I found the issue. Sometimes when you find mistakes, you fix them on the fly. So this one is going to be ideal. Yeah. So that one I fixed on the fly. Next one is D, which is going to be right position. Key D, key event, key press down. Actions, set animation to walk. Change rotation 90 degrees. And that's when the key press down. Now, next one is going to be key left up on key D. Actions. It's going to be ideal, change rotation 90 degrees. And that's going to be the proper settings to put in for the character to walk in a 360 view all around the room. So I'm going to give you a full example. Publish as Windows. Give it a second. Yes, it takes time. So just give it a second. It's gonna load up right now. There it goes. Created with free edition of Coppercube 6. Make sure y'all download Coppercube 6 and stay tuned. So I'm gonna press D and you're gonna see a walk. A left, S backwards, D right, forward, left, backwards, right. And that's the proper way to do a walking tutorial on Coppercube 6.3 Animation Mash. Thank you. Please subscribe to the channel, put comments down below, press likes, and stay tuned for the next tutorial. Thank you.